So 6 weeks, we just finished up. Um, we've done a challenge in the past, but 4 years ago,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, it'll
Was
be
it the
four
first
years in
time?
February.
Yeah. So we did another one. Basically, what was the problem that you were having before you started this second challenge just a few weeks ago?
There was a lot of things that were going on to where I wasn't meal prepping anymore. I guess the hard thing was is I knew what I was supposed to do
Right.
and I just couldn't do it. I wasn't meal prepping. I wasn't eating breakfast again. I wasn't eating dinner. I would eat lunch and it may be fast food or something
Right.
that I wanted, that just sounded good at the time. I felt like crap. I gained a whole bunch of weight. I wasn't coming to the gym. So I was just a mess
Mhm. Okay. And that
all
was
over.
just kind of over the summer was where you started falling off
Yeah.
track. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
It
kind of
was over
life gets
summer.
in the way and
Yeah. A lot of it I didn't, work was crazy, family, personal life, everything was crazy.
right.
Everything took over and I didn't give myself time anymore.
Right. Okay.
So
Yeah. And what was the frustration like? Like, how did you feel, coming back
I
into
was
it?
so overwhelmed and I felt like I was in a hole. I couldn't get myself back out. If I tried one day doing something good and then something bad would happen, then I just went right back into my old ways.
Yeah.
The
And I,
comfort of
yep.
just going back.
Yeah. I remember sending you some messages. Haven't seen you in a while, lunch fit camp, and you'd come to a couple, but then it was kind of sporadic. So, what do you think was
Yeah.
different? Like once you started the challenge, what was different this time compared to where you were in the past?
This time I needed to be accountable. I needed to have it right in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
So with the checklist it was great because I was like, okay, I need to do this.
Mm-hmm.
And it gave me, I didn't want to say I didn't have to think about what I had to do, but it was right there.
Right.
So like, okay, I have to do this, 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 and this. So it was so much easier to make myself accountable for it.
Yep.
It made it easier too because I hated how I looked. I hated how I felt. Like I let myself go completely emotionally, mentally.
Mm-hmm.
So I knew I needed it.
Right.
And to have the support, just to be back at like even the fit camp and everyone's like, hey, you're back. And,
Yep.
the
Yep.
support from all you trainers, from everybody, it was huge. It wasn't like it was new again. I didn't, at first I was embarrassed to come back because I had let myself go so much, over the summer. But when I got back into it, it wasn't anything.
Right.
It was so much better after I got back into it.
Yeah. Would you say you just kind of like got in your own head and were afraid to
Absolutely.
take the step, get
Yeah.
back in there? And then once you do, it's not nearly as bad as what you thought.
Oh yeah, it was me. I got into my own head because I was scared. I was embarrassed. I was like, I know I should know what to do. I know what I should be eating. I know I should be putting time aside for myself. I know I should be taking care of myself, and I wasn't.
Right. And speaking of which, so what kind of changes did you initially see once you started tracking everything in the tracker? We got you kind of set up with more of a structured plan with nutrition and just some other habits outside of the gym, as well as getting you in here for your fit camps 3 days a week again. What kind of progress did you see in the first few weeks?
It was amazing, actually, because if you figure you cut out all the fast food, I felt a lot more in control.
Right.
Because I had to do my meal prep again, but it's not hard to do, but I felt like starting off, I was back in control.
Mhm.
I was back in control of my health. I was back in control of how I was feeling, of what I did. I had a ton more energy. And with tracking, it'd be like, okay, I really want this, but do I really want to log it? So
Right. Yeah.
it kept me accountable.
Yeah.
And the bad thing, it was over, like I talked to you, I was like, this is the worst time to do it.
Yep.
Because it was over Christmas, it was over New Year's, it was
Mhm.
over a milestone birthday, we'll say.
Mhm.
Tons of stress, relationships, all that. So I was like, this is the worst time, but honestly, it was the best because it did.
Yeah.
It kept me on track. It made me realize I could do it.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense,
Yep.
with the holidays and the stress. It never seems like the right time. Like, oh, I'll start again on Monday. Oh, I'll start again on that. But once I got started, it was addicting on how great I felt.
Good. Yeah.
So,
I think that's what I loved about what you said when the question about how it's impacting your life, and you mentioned not only was it a physical change, but like mentally, emotionally, and you thought it was probably the worst time to do it, but you actually came out the other end of the holidays
Mhm.
improving your results. I mean, you dropped almost 11 pounds of body fat, 3% body fat, feeling more energized, back, got your motivation back, accountability, all those things. So, just for
Yes.
people in general, when they say, I need to wait until the new year when things slow down, stuff like that, what's your say after doing it, what would you say to somebody that is hesitant on starting?
There's never a perfect time. You say, I'm going to wait till Monday, and then
Yeah.
something happens. Or
Yep.
the biggest thing is just to go through and do it. Like I
Right.
said when I did, and I was thinking, oh, maybe I should wait a little bit until I do it. I'm so glad I did it when I did, though.
Right.
Because I'm super happy. Like mentally, emotionally,
Yeah.
physically, like I feel so much better.
Mhm.
I needed that at
Yeah.
that point. And especially when it's stressful, and it's like, oh, wait and get through this. I'll wait and get through this. Or everyone deals with stress a different way,
Mhm.
drinking, eating, whatever you got to do.
Right.
And it really helped me with that part of it too.
Right.
So there's never going to be a perfect time. There's
No.
never going to be a time that it calms down or it slows down.
No.
Work's always going to be busy.
Mhm.
My biggest thing, you have to put yourself first
I was
when
just
it
gonna
comes
say,
to, you do.
Yep.
Because I had to put time aside for myself. I was trying to make everybody else happy at work, at home, on the on the weekends, everything. And now with putting myself first, it's a lot better for the kids. It's a lot better
Right.
for people at work.
Yep.
Because honestly, even the gym and everything else, it just helps. It's a huge release to be able to work it out.
Mhm.
You know.
Yeah, for sure.
But definitely
And-
don't wait to start like I did, because
Yeah.
it's just it's a continuous downhill path until you get started. But like I
Yeah.
said, the support, the accountability, you can't beat it at all.
Awesome. Sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I remember talking I would ask Sarah, hey, is Amanda coming today? And no, she got caught up with work stuff, and, the kids and all that stuff. And obviously those things are priorities and they're important, but at the end of the day, prioritizing yourself, like you said, is also needs to be higher up on people's list.
You get more comfortable setting boundary for yourself.
Yeah. And, you can't pour from an empty cup. So if you're taking care of yourself, obviously you have more to give to work and kids and all that stuff too, right? So
Oh, absolutely.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's a lot better,
Yeah.
everything. So, but without this, this is what I needed.
Yeah.
Definitely all the way around. So,
Awesome. And
thank
then
you.
I guess the last thing would be if somebody was kind of on the fence or not sure if maybe this would be a good fit for them, or they don't know what to do, what would you say to somebody?
Just try it.
Just try it, yeah.
I'll
Just
tell you,
take the
for the
first
first
step.
day that I came here, I remember I was in the parking lot and I came in and I walked back out. Nope, you got this. Walked in, went back out. I was like, I can't do it. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm going to look like an idiot. Everybody else in there is going to be fit. And, I'm going to be the one that goes in there. That was the best thing I did, was walk
Mhm.
through those doors and go through that first class.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's intimidating. But when you go through, and with the family that we have in there, it's support and it's exciting, and it's, you send things back and forth. That's what it is. It's,
And
I
it's
mean, with the-
and it's not what you typically see on the internet. It's not like everybody's crazy fit and skinny and stuff.
No,
There's people of all ages, all fitness levels.
and with a lot of the classes, you have your, you have your different,
skill levels, fitness
yeah,
levels.
that you can do.
Yep.
So, and I remember the one thing thinking is, oh my gosh, everyone's going to watch me. You are so into your own workout.
Oh yeah.
You don't even pay attention to anybody else because you're so focused on yourself. Nobody watches. Nobody, everyone's like, you can do it, especially towards the end. So
And the
biggest
funny-
thing is to step through the door and do the first class, or come talk, or do some, go, if you know somebody that is here,
Mhm.
come with them for one time.
Mhm. For
Try
sure.
the different classes.
Awesome. Well,
Yeah.
thank you so much.
Oh, thank you.
That was a great answers. Can't wait to see what you do the rest of the year. We're gonna keep the
I'm so
momentum going.
excited. I know.
Yeah,
the motivate, everything's
set
there.
some new goals. Yeah. Awesome.
And you can see it in the kids.
Yeah.
They're working out again, and they're
That's
making
cool.
sure to have their protein and their veggies. So,
Yeah.
they're eating healthy.
Perfect.
It's
So
not
it
all the junk.
goes way more beyond just yourself, but to everybody else.
And it goes way more beyond the
Yeah.
weight.
Yeah,
It's
for
the
sure.
healthy aspect of
Mhm.
it,
Yep,
which
that-
was hard to realize. in the
Another thing we
beginning.
talked about too
Yes.
was from the first challenge. This one's more habit based.
Mhm.
You're becoming. Bethany likes to say this all the time, and I've adopted it. But you're becoming the person required to live your best life. So a lot of people focus on the scale or where they want to go, their end goal, but they don't focus on what do I need to do to become the person to achieve that goal and live that life. So we're focusing on the day in and day out habits and actions and helping you create that lifestyle. That way the goal of losing weight or whatever it is comes secondary. It just comes naturally.
Oh yeah, and it's not a whole bunch at once, and that's what I wanted, of course.
Yeah.
I mean, all of us women want everything. All you want
Yeah.
to see the results, but when you look back, like I looked at pictures, and it may not be a ton of weight, but like I can see it in my face and I can feel it. And I mean, I'm more confident. Like you can.
Awesome.
It's a huge difference.
Yeah, you can definitely tell in that one you sent me.
Yeah.
Which I created a little results thing that I can show you. That's very, very cool. So,
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you again for doing the interview. Hopefully somebody else in the same shoes as you maybe is inspired to take the first step, just coming in the
Just
door,
come
right?
in. Yes.
Awesome. Cool.